Well, hello everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. Welcome to Christy Wuchuku's Brilliance TV show. This is the show that we do every Monday at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. My name is Christy Iwuchuku, empowering and encouraging women to express their truth so that they can emerge with confidence. And today I am super excited for our today's guest today. This is the show that we bring to you every Monday. We spotlight today's business leaders, entrepreneurs, and unique individuals to talk about their defining moments and accomplishments and be able to help you, whether you're still going through things right now or you've already been through things and you're trying to get ahead in business. This is the show where you come to get information because I want you to invite your friends and bring your questions to this show. Again, it's every Monday at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And I want to also remind you that this show is sponsored by Women's Coaching Association. That's right, Women's Coaching Association. And this is a platform. Women's Coaching Association is a supportive platform for coaching professionals where you get to collaborate, connect, and partner with other coaches in a non-competitive way. So I would love for you to become a member today. So go on over to womenscoachingassociation.com. Again, it's women's with an S, womenscoachingassociation.com, and click on the membership info. Click on the membership info and join us today. But on today's topic, oh my goodness, I cannot wait. She is coming to us. And who is she? Her name is Sulondia Hammond. I call her Sue Baby, and she's affectionately known as Sue Ham. Sue is a writer, a speaker, an actor, and author. Sue has appeared twice on Steve Harvey's show in the movie Almost Christmas and spoken alongside with Les Brown. She's very active in her community where she writes and produces theater performances along Maurice Perkins. Sue is also the mother of 3 beautiful, creative children. Please help me bring on the stage now, Sue Hammond. Sue, are you there?
Yes, ma'am, I am. How are you doing tonight, Christy?
I am super excited I've been waiting for this info. I've been waiting for today's conversation. I cannot wait to dive deep into it. For some of you that don't know, Sue and I met back 2017 at Black Belt Speakers, held by Dr. Ruben West. That was in 2017. And we've been connecting ever since. So, listen, girl, you gotta get started on this. So, for those who don't know who you are, who are you?
Well, I think you did a pretty good job saying basically who I am. Welcome to everyone who's joining in. I see your beautiful faces. Saw you a little earlier, Nora. But I am a writer and a mother of 3, former Marine who served almost 9 years. I'm a host, I direct, I produce, and on occasion I do some acting. I'm very active in my community. I'm a speaker where I go about to the schools, the different organizations, inspiring kids and adults alike to follow their dreams to success.
Awesome. So tell us, everyone that has been on top started somewhere. You cannot get to the top without going through the valley. It is in the valley that we learn the greatest lesson. And so take us back to what that defining moment was for you. And how
I remember that all my life. I'm not one of those persons who stumble through life wondering, what am I supposed to do? What is my purpose? That was never me. All my life, for as long as I could remember, I always knew that I was supposed to be in front of people, entertaining them in some shape or form. I used to always dance, sing, and then I developed a love for acting. And I thought that writing was just a little hobby. I didn't think I was great at it. It was just something I liked to do. So I've always known what I was supposed to do, but then there was some fear. There were some left turns that actually sent me into the United States Marine Corps. And then it got to a point where I was like, you know what? I'm tired of running from my actual purpose. I really want to get out and pursue the thing that I believe that I was created for. So I left the Marine Corps after about 9 years. And instead of going, full speed ahead into entertainment, once again, fear drove me to the left and I got a job. So I started getting different jobs. And even though I would do well in the job, I love the people I work with, it would come to a point where I would become dissatisfied. It would come to the point where I would just hate getting up in the mornings. And I got to a point where I started getting depressed and having suicidal thoughts. And I was just like, there has to be more to life than getting up, going to a job that I don't like. I like the people, but I don't like the job. There has to be absolutely much more than this. And I remember being on the floor. I'm telling you, I'm an actor, so I'm more dramatic. I remember being on the floor, boo-hoo crying, God, there's got to be more to it. God, why did you give me so many different gifts if I'm just supposed to go to somebody's job, work 40 years, and then that's it? And I'll never forget the thought that popped into my head. It was like, I gave you the gifts. It's up to you to use them. And that was one defining moment for me. I've had several defining moments, but that was one that led to more defining moments to get me on the road to doing this entertainment thing. And so I started writing stage plays because there's nobody here in rural America where I live that was putting on the type of shows that I wanted to be a part of. So I realized that in order for me to have the opportunity that I wanted, I had to create it. And that's how I got started.
Wow, that I can't imagine how scary it was for you.
Oh, very scary.
It was scary.
Very scary. But you don't want to know something that's crazy? It's very scary. Because for me, again, I'm in rural America. I live in King Street, South Carolina. So it's not like there were theaters here that was going to teach me how to write a production, how to direct a production, or how to produce a production. So it was one of those things where I started going out to professional plays. And because I live so far into the country, I'd have to travel anywhere between an hour and a half to 2 hours to see these plays. So I would sit in the audience, and instead of me just really like enjoying the show, I was sitting there in school and I was learning in my seat. Okay, they did this, they did that, they did this. Okay, the storyline went here. And I would go back home and I would practice those things, because at the time when I was getting started, there wasn't really a community that I was aware of where I could go and get information about the theater. So it was very scary, especially taking my money and putting it into shows, and the shows flopping initially, and, not seeing a profit, not even freaking breaking even. That was a lot. It tested my faith. And I was wondering, should I go back and get a job? Because at least there was security there. You know what I mean? But it's scary, but I stayed the course, and doors just began to open for me.
So really, you went cold turkey, going from
I did.
that job and really going into your own business.
I did. Now, let me say this. I don't encourage everybody to do that. I don't encourage everybody to do that. What I tell people now, I'm wiser now. I tell people, let your job be your financier. Let your job be your investor into your dreams. Work your job while you're working your dreams. So it tends to be a little easier unless you've got some money put away and whatnot.
In other words, make a plan before you leave. Don't just do your job cold turkey. Make a plan before you leave. So
Absolutely.
I'm going to take you back to when you started into this business. What were some of the challenges you encountered on the road?
Not knowing what to do. A lot of times we don't get started because we don't know the how. And I didn't know what to do, but I knew I wanted to do it. And so for me, I was willing to fail forward. For me, I was willing to take the step. I didn't really care what people thought about me or how they felt about my productions, because I knew that there's a quote, and I don't know who says it, but it's anything worth doing is worth doing poorly at first. And so for me, that means a lot. That means just get started and learn and get better as you go. So that was scary. just, and then not always having the money, knowing where the money was going to come from, that was scary. And just trusting myself and believing that I was really good enough to make it in this lane, because it was like, okay, this is totally different. I know you feel like you're good enough, but really, are you good enough? And it's funny to me how in life, the things that I feel like we're created to do, we tend to question those things, but we can go do robotic things without any question. You know, we can go to a job day in and day out and never question that. And we know without a single doubt that that's not what we're supposed to be doing, but we go do it. And then when we, finally wake up and say, okay, I'm going to write that book, or I'm going to write that song, I'm going to start that business, all of a sudden, all of this doubt consumes you. And this is just crazy. So, of course. And listen, because I walked away cold turkey, I lost a lot of things. I had a bunch of rental properties that I had to file bankruptcy because I could no longer afford to keep up that stuff. My home that I was living in, it was foreclosed on. My cars were repossessed. But for me, the materialistic things didn't mean anything to me, because at the end of the day, I was sad, I was depressed because I wasn't living my life on purpose. So when those things went away, believe it or not, I felt relief, because I didn't have the bill collectors bothering me anymore. I didn't have anybody like saying, we need a payment. I could focus on what I really wanted to do, which was creating stories that we could perform around the world.
Wow. It reminds me of mindset,
Mm-hmm.
which is huge in
Mm-hmm.
everything we do. What was your mindset like in this particular time that you were trying to get out and do the things that you were called to do? What was your mindset like?
My mindset was, don't quit, follow your dreams to success. And that has become my mantra. Don't quit, follow your dreams to success. Every day was not a holiday. Every day was not Sunday. There were times when I wanted to quit, and I tried to quit. I really did. I really tried to throw in the towel several different times, but that fire in my belly would not go away. So I got to the point of saying, okay, I'm not going to fight it anymore. I'm going to go with it. How can I get myself on a course to achieve greatness? And for me, one of the things I had to start doing was meditating. I had to start visualizing where I wanted to be. I had to start writing down goals. I had to start listening to influential people, successful people who were in the position that I wanted to get to. I started watching that. I started tuning out all negativity. I stopped watching the news. uh, and I just started focusing on where I wanted to be. I created vision boards. I started saying mantras. And every day I did something towards my dream. I don't care if it was big or small. Every day I did something, and I was consistent with working the dream. And then before long, I started looking up, and people started calling me and saying, hey, Sue, would you like to speak here? Hey, Sue, would you like to be interviewed here? And just different doors just started opening up for me.
Wow, awesome. Sue,
Mm-hmm.
as you and I sitting here and talk, I remember seeing you at the stage at Dr. Ruben West's event last year.
Yes.
But it hasn't even been 1 year from then. And here you are everywhere, talking to everybody. And every time I turn around, oh my God, she's over there. So tell us, you talked about three things that really has helped you. One is the vision board. One
Mm-hmm.
is meeting and, you know, hanging around with influential people, and also visualization. Now let's talk about hanging around with influential people.
Mm-hmm.
I recently saw you, and I know you interviewed Lisa Nichols. You were
Yes.
also on Steve Harvey's show, and the rest is history. Can you talk about what mindset and the confidence that you had to be able to do that for somebody who had had a bankruptcy,
Mm-hmm.
suicidal at one time, car possessed, everything gone? How did you go from there to here? And what was your mindset and what confidence do you have to get to be able to do that?
Well, my mindset is, again, we came here with desires. We came, and as Les Brown always says, there's greatness in you. We came with greatness in us. We have the tools within us to succeed and win. The problem is we always think that it's external, and it's really internal. And when I got that, a lot of people call it the secret. A lot of people call it magic. But when I understood that everything I needed was inside of me, all I had to do was tap into it, then that started to make the flow of the successes come more frequently. So what I started to do was go back to when I was a child. Einstein said, imagination is everything. It's the preview of life's coming attraction, which is my favorite quote. And I started to go back to being childlike. When I was childlike, I used to imagine all kinds of stuff. I would say I was going to do this, say I was going to do that. Because as a child, we know no limits. We know no fear. And so I started seeing these things happen when I closed my eyes. And not only did I see it, I felt it. And it was just like it was real. And I would open my eyes and I would say, it's going to happen. In the case with Lisa Nichols, she's like my shero. I love Lisa Nichols. And I was just watching her and I said to myself, I am going to interview her. Didn't know how to contact her. Didn't know if her people would say yes, but in my mind, I had already made it. It was. Hey, that was it. That was going to happen. So the first thing I did was I saw it visually in my mind's eye. The second thing I said was, it's going to happen. The third thing I did was take action. And that's where a lot of people fall short. They dream all day long. They say, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, but they never follow it up with action. So I actually took action. And what I did was I reached out to her Facebook fan page and sent an inbox. And a lot of people were like, are you serious? I'm like, yeah. I just went there. I sent an inbox and I said, hey, Sue Ham, I would love to interview you and blah, 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 blah. So her PR person sent me some information. I had to fill out a form, sent it back. Next thing I knew, I was set up to speak with Lisa Nichols.
Wow.
Just like that. Same thing with the Steve Harvey show. I said, you know what? I'm going to be on the Steve Harvey show. Again, I could see it. I saw myself sitting on stage with Steve, visualized it many times. It's on my vision board, wrote it in my journal, and then I spoke it several different times, and then I took action. I actually went to his website, and where it says, be a guest on the Steve Harvey show, I filled it out. And I sent them snippets of me doing different videos. I've been doing videos for, I don't know, maybe about 7 years now. I've had thousands of videos. And so I sent them different videos of me, comical videos where I'm acting crazy, motivational videos, business videos. And I was showing them, hey, this is what I do. This is how I'm touching the people. I would love to come on your show and do that. And I got a call from one of their producers, and they brought me onto the show. And when I left the show from filming the first time, as I was walking out of the NBC studios, I said to my sister and I said to my friend Maurice, I said, I'm going to be back on this show again. A month later, I think it was a month later or 2 months later, they called me back and it was like, Sue, we would like for you to come back to the show. So, and I know it sounds like, oh, that's just too easy. But here's the thing. In the meantime, here's what I was doing. I was working on my mindset. I was telling myself there's greatness in me, and I was believing it. Don't tell yourself a lie. I was believing it. I was constantly reading books by successful people. I was constantly looking at my vision board, which is in front of me right now, looking at my vision board and visualizing myself in those particular situations. I would speak that thing. I would close my eyes. I would dream about it at night, and I would wake up the next day and I would actually go and contact these people. And in the meantime, I didn't just sit there and wait for them to reach back out to me. I continued to create content. Content is key, because when you contact these people, they're not just going to put you on their show, or they're not just going to come on your show without validating who you are. So I said, listen, here's my repertoire. I have been creating videos. I have been writing blog posts. I have been doing podcasts for a long time. Here's what I do. Here's the people I've interviewed. Here's how I conduct myself, because I wanted them to know that you could trust me. So here's my repertoire. Here's my storage house. Go take a look at it. And if you will let me come on your show, I won't embarrass you. And if you'll come on my show, I won't embarrass you. So in the meantime, until you get those phone calls, until you get those emails, you got to continuously create opportunities. Like I said earlier, I wanted to do stage plays, but nobody around here was doing the content or the type of stage plays that I wanted to be a part of. So I had to create those opportunities. So that's something real big. I hope the listeners, the viewers are getting. Create your own opportunity.
Wow. You talk about creating your own opportunity. And
Mm-hmm.
oftentimes that's one of the things that really holds people back.
Mm-hmm.
Creating either your own speaking platform or holding a workshop or conferences or your summit. How can someone who's looking at you right now, and it sounds so easy,
Mm-hmm.
you make everything sound so easy. But for somebody who is still on the fence, it can be just that easy. What
Uh,
can you share with that person on how to let it go and move forward?
just do it. You hear people, Nike says it, just do it. The quickest way to get over fear is to do the thing that you fear. If you have a fear of public speaking, get up and start speaking every freaking where. If you have a fear of dancing in front of people, get up and just start dancing in front of people. And before long, the fear is going to evaporate. If you want to be a speaker, this is the bad boy right here. You can start with, pick up this cell phone. The videos that I sent to the Steve Harvey show, they were all recorded with this cell phone. Nothing professional. Me picking up the phone, speaking to my social media audience and inspiring them to live, love, learn, and laugh, to follow their dreams to success. And those videos, some of them would go viral, some of them wouldn't. And I would just send them into the Steve Harvey show. Now, mind you, it didn't take just one time. It didn't take 1,000 times either. But the point is, I had to keep doing it and keep showing them that I was serious. So if you want to be a speaker, there's so many different free platforms that you can use, but the quickest and the easiest one, and the one that I found to be the most effective one, is to just pick up the cell phone, record a video, upload it to Facebook, upload it to YouTube, upload it to Twitter, upload it to Instagram, do a blog post, and get it out into the world. You want to do a podcast, you got Spreaker.com, you've got SoundCloud, you've got so many different applications that you can use that, to me, there is no reason why we cannot achieve our dreams, especially with this beautiful thing called the internet. you know, I'm in rural South Carolina, and I hate saying this, but I have to say this. I live in a county that is deemed the poorest in the state of South Carolina. But yet, I have been able to produce shows that bring people from California, from North Carolina, from Virginia, from New York, from Atlanta, Georgia, into this county to come and see our stage plays. I have been able to get on the Steve Harvey show all because of videos that I produced from this bad boy right here. And because of getting on the Steve Harvey show, that led to me being able to get on the stage with Les Brown in Texas, because I now had a speaking reel where I was on national TV, which opened the door to say, okay, if she can make it to the Steve Harvey show, she can stand her own aside of Les Brown. So these are things that build to that. It sounds easy, but yes, it is a building thing, because there were times when I was doing podcasts, nobody was on the line. When nobody was on the freaking line. There were times when I was doing videos, nobody was watching my videos. But I had the same enthusiasm. I was doing those videos and podcasts when nobody was on there that I had when I was getting millions of views on those videos, because I already saw the future. So my present, I acted as if the future was already here. So when I was doing those podcasts and those videos and nobody was watching, all I kept saying was, oh, they gonna see me. It's going to come in handy. I'm going to keep creating. I'm going to keep putting out this flavor. And eventually my hard work is going to pay off. So for those of you that are watching, because when I coach people, they're like, but Sue, it's easy for you to say that because you're here. And I'm like, listen, you're never there. I'll never forget David Talbert, Hollywood producer and writer. He said, there is never there, because when you get there, then you want to go there. So for me, I'm never there. I'm always trying to go to another level. So in the meantime, you may get a little impatient, but I always tell people consistency, create consistently. And I'm telling you, before long, when they come knocking on your door and they start saying, listen, we see you, we love you, we like what you got, you will already have a storehouse of all kind of great content to whatever it is that they may be requiring of you, because you've been building it up and building it up for that moment when they were to discover you. I'm sorry, I rambled on and
No,
on and on.
you actually said quite a lot. I love what you said. And I'm going to piggyback on what you talked about. You talked so much about visualization.
Yes.
You strongly believe and have faith in yourself that you can do this and it's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about that person who fears technology.
Mm-hmm.
And they can't even use the cell phone, but they really have a message to get out there. What would you recommend for them?
One is to learn how to do it. All right, I'm not gonna let you off the hook. When you really want this thing, you will find a way. But in the meantime, while you're learning, there's someone who's there who's willing to help. One of the things that I learned, Christy, is that when you get serious about what you want, you will attract what you need. I like to give real life examples. For me, when I came back home to do my play, because I thought that, okay, I can't do my play here in King Street, South Carolina. I need to go out to the areas that's surrounding me. And every time I went out to the areas that were surrounding me, it took a whole lot more money and I would fall flat on my face. And so finally I was like, okay, I'm just going to do it in my hometown. Well, when I came back and I got serious about doing it in my hometown, there were people that came to me and started investing in me because they were happy that I was bringing something here that didn't exist. And then there were people that would normally require deposits up front that said, listen, just pay us on the night of the performance. That's crazy. I don't know anybody that does that. So what I'm saying to you is when you're moving in the direction in which you're supposed to be moving, you will tend to attract those people. Then there's this thing where you pick up the phone, you have one or two friends who knows how to do something, who's willing to help you if you prove to them that you're serious and you're not wasting their time. I'm more than willing to help anybody. But if I see that you're not serious about helping yourself, I don't waste my time. So of course, learn how to use it. Number two, until you learn how to use it, seek help, ask for help. That's a biblical thing. You have not because you ask not. And I'm telling you, I'm learning that more and more. We have to open our mouths and ask for what we want. And that's in goal setting. And that's just in anything in life. The same way you go to a restaurant and you don't just let them bring you anything to the table. You tell them what you want. That's how you have to be in life.
Because you get in life exactly what you ordered.
Absolutely. I like that.
Yeah. So talk to us about the tips for living the dream life.
The tips.
Yes.
For me, and everybody is different, but I'm going to tell you, for me, what I have found is to wake up believing that I'm supposed to have what I see when I close my eyes. If I can imagine it, and if I desire it, then it's supposed to be mine. And I don't have to feel guilty about having a big dream. I don't have to feel guilty about wanting to do this, and that. So one of the things for me is big faith. Big faith. Meditating. Writing down my goals. Getting around other people who scare me. I want to be around people who have done some astronomical things till I'm like, what? You did that? Because if I can touch you and I know that you did that, then that means that I can do it because you're human just like me. For me, filling my head with positivity. That's why I said letting the news go. I can't take so much of the news because it's crazy to have you paranoid. Reading. I like to read the journeys of other people. I like to watch podcasts such as this of people who've been in the valley and who've gotten to the mountain. And the thing I like to tell people, I heard Steve Harvey say this on one of his podcasts. He said, Everybody got bills. Everybody said that they scared to take a step because they don't have the finances. He said rich people got bills. Rich people are afraid to go to the next level too, but they do it. That's the difference. They do it. And that's because they have the faith to do it. It's not necessarily they know what they're doing, but they just taking a step. And so one of the things that I've told myself is to just try. Doesn't matter the outcome, just try. And if it doesn't come out the way that you want it, at least you learn something from it. Try again, and the next time will get better and better and better.
Awesome. You said quite a bit, and I am loving this conversation. We're talking about the tips to living, the tips for living the dream life. And one of the things that really stop people from really taking action on their dream, being able to bring their dream to reality, is lack of confidence. And I know you touch on it quite a bit. Perhaps that person is an introvert, or someone who is very shy, or someone who has failed in the past, or someone who just didn't think that they can do it, right? What is one message or a message that you can give to that person just watching this video right now? Because you make everything look so easy.
Wow. Well, and I am an extrovert. So, but here's the thing. There are so many successful people in this world who are introverts that are not big mouth like me. All right. That don't wear the blonde hair like me, but they do some serious things in this world. And at the end of the day, whether you're an extrovert or an introvert, I think the number one thing is belief in yourself. When you believe in yourself, you'll do things. You'll jump. Like Steve Harvey said, you'll jump. Now, when you jump, you got to know that sometimes you're going to get bruised up, but you got to be willing to get back up again. So believe in yourself and taking consistent action. You have to be disciplined. You have to, for me, I always tell people to write your goal down. Because if you don't know what you're working for or what you're working towards, you'll be more amped to quit. If you don't have the mission in the Marine Corps, we had a mission. So we always knew what the mission was. So we wouldn't be out in the wilderness wandering aimlessly. We knew exactly what we were supposed to do. So write your mission down, write your purpose down, your why down. Believe in yourself and take action. When you fail, learn from it. Always be a student. Know nothing. I tell everybody, I don't know anything. Nothing. And what I mean by that is that I'm always learning. My ears are always open. My mind is always open. My eyes are always open. I want to learn more. So believe in yourself. Be consistent with taking action. Fail forward. Be an avid student. Whether you're an introvert or an extrovert, how bad do you want it? When you want this thing really, really bad enough, the excuses will fly out the window.
Absolutely. How bad do you really want it? I love that line. How bad do you really want it? And oftentimes, and I know when I was starting this Christy Uchukwu's Brilliance TV show, I just wasn't sure how it was going to come out. I didn't know whether anybody will watch. I didn't know where I was going to get my guests. I just knew that this is what I wanted to do. And it wasn't until my first one that I realized, oh yeah, people are interested in hearing this TV show. So like you said, and I echo that if you don't start, you will never know whether or not you will succeed.
You won't. Listen, if I let the fact that I didn't have people watching my videos or the fact that no one was listening to my podcast stop me, then Christy, I would never have gotten to go to the Steve Harvey Show twice. I would never have gotten to be on the platform with Les Brown. I would never have been able to do the things that I have done. The point is, nobody starts out in superstar form. So, babies don't come out of the womb running. You gotta crawl before you walk. You gotta walk before you run. But the thing is, the great thing about babies is they never give up. They have this curiosity, and they have this thing, like they just keep following through until they get better. Even when they fall and get a boo-boo, they still get back up and they try it again and again and again until they perfect it. And the next thing you know, they're walking. So no longer crawling, but walking. And then they try to run and they fall on their face. Yeah, they cry, they hurt, and they're like, ooh, and mommy kisses it and makes it all better. And then they go and they attempt it again. It's no different in life. You know, we have to be just like that when we're in the pursuit of our dreams. Understand that it's going to hurt. Please, let me tell you, I don't want to sugarcoat this for you. It is going to hurt, but what are you willing to lose? I was willing to lose it all because I knew that what I was going to gain was going to be so much better than what I was going to let go of. And letting go of depression, letting go of suicide, letting go of unhappiness, letting go of materialistic things just so I can live my purpose was, to me, is priceless. Having peace of mind is priceless. When I wake up, I'm excited about waking up. There was a time when I was not excited. And that was during a time when I had like 7, 8 cars, when I had 16 income producing properties. You know, I had great money, but I was not excited about waking up because I was afraid to live my dreams of writing, entertainment, acting, and speaking. And so instead, I was doing this thing that was yielding all kind of materialistic success, but internally, I was dying. So when I let all that crap go and just said, listen, I have to focus. Now, it was hard because I like eating out. I like traveling. I like traveling. But it got to a point where my body started to break down because I was just so unhappy. And I was like, I can't do this no more. I got to the point where I was in the valley so low, to the point where it was like, if I'm going to be here, I'm going to do what I was created to do, point blank and the period. I'm going to let my kids see what a true champion is. I'm going to let my kids see what a true dreamer is and how this dreamer is going to bring her dreams into fruition. And so, listen, I just put my head down and started working. I stopped whining. I stopped making excuses. I stopped saying, how is this person getting that much further ahead when I have more talent than them in my pinky toe? I started cutting out the distractions, and I just started visualizing myself where I wanted to go, where I wanted to be. And I started Googling stuff, YouTubing stuff, hiring a coach, hiring a mentor. I started reading stuff, and I just started getting serious about bettering myself because I was like, I refuse to leave this world not giving it 100%. I refuse to. And that was the mindset I had. I was like, I am going to make this thing win. I'm going to win. I'm going to have everything I see when I close my eyes. So when I open my eyes, it's all going to be right there. Because if I could not have it, I would not have the imagination to dream it up. Einstein said imagination is everything. It's the preview of life's coming attraction. So if I can see it in my imagination, that means that I can bring it into manifestation.
Wow. That's a mouthful. I love that. I love that. Now, let's talk about economics here. Let's talk about money.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about getting started without anything else. And oftentimes you hear people talking about, I don't have the money. I can't do it because I don't have the money. Can you dive into it and talk a little bit about that?
You know, it's funny. I was watching an interview last night with Issa Rae, who is the creator of Insecure on HBO. And she got started doing web series on YouTube, which is free. And they were asking her, they were like, well, how much did it cost you to produce your first show? She was like, $5. And then she said it got up to $1,000. Well, now she's with HBO and she's got all other kind of deals out there. So when I hear people say, I don't have the money, trust me, I understand that. I really, really do. But there are so many different free platforms out there that you can get started. For example, you want to pen a book. There is this platform called fastpencil.com. I think it may cost $20 to publish your book there. Fastpencil.com, $20. If you have the time to sit and read the tutorials or just follow through, you can publish your book. You want to become a speaker. Pick up your cell phone, start recording yourself, put it on YouTube, put it on Facebook. That's what I did. That's how I started getting speaking engagements. I didn't know what I was doing, but I started watching other speakers on YouTube and on Facebook, watching how they did things, because at the time I didn't have the money to afford a mentor. So I watched and learned as much as I could. And then when I got the money, I hired a mentor. I wanted to do stage plays. I didn't know how to do that, but I had a strong desire to do it. So I went to other plays and watched what they did and sat in the audience and just learned from that, and Googled and researched as much as I could, even though the information was very limited at that time. I didn't know how to do open up an online school, but I wanted to do that. So I actually just went and started researching and Googling. The thing is, when you really want to do something, you will find a way, with resources or not. So there are so many different free platforms out there that you can utilize, but there are also people who are waiting in the wings and they just want to be asked. And if you ask them, they're willing to help you, but you gotta be serious about this thing. And if you ask those persons, they may not give you money, but they may give you something that's so much better, which is knowledge. And I think that that's a lot of what we're missing, is people are running and looking for money when we should be asking about, how do we do this? Because once you know how to do this, that's more priceless than money ever is, because now you have the knowledge to do it. You can actually go and get freelance people who may be looking for, just some credit or just wanting to help or be a part of the project, to do it for free. Now, once you've got that project mounted, now you can go back and say, oh, I have this knowledge. I've done this. I've done that. You can go out and become a coach. You can go out and become a mentor. And now you can charge people to learn what you just did. So
I love that. I really like that idea.
mm-hmm.
And can you mention one more time, slowly say where you can publish your book by yourself again?
Fastpencil.com. And then there's also Amazon. Unless they've changed it, you can also do the ebooks on Amazon. There's so many different platforms. You can even create your own ebook with a PDF or a Word format. And I mean, sell it through PayPal. You can sell it through, what's the name of this thingy? Forget the platforms, but there's so many platforms that you can upload your book to, and once somebody pays you, they will actually send that person your book, so you can make money in your sleep. Payhip, that's it. Payhip.com, PAYHIP.com. Now I'm giving you guys all this stuff, but the reason why I found this stuff is because I was curious. Mm-hmm. So when you're curious about a thing, when you really want a thing, you'll research a thing. And when you start to research that thing and you start to work towards that thing, you will attract it. Because then all of a sudden it's like, people started sending me stuff. Stuff would come into my news feed. I would see it on Google. You know why? Because I was attracting it, because that's what I really, really wanted. But if you're just sitting at home and you're not doing a dang on thing but saying, I want to be an author, and that's it, it's not going to happen for you. You can want all the day long, but it's not going to happen for you. You can sit there and visualize, and that's the thing. You have to visualize it, you have to believe it, and then you have to take action. Those are the three things. You have to visualize it, you have to believe it, and take action. Because you can visualize it, you can believe it's going to happen, but if you never take action,
nothing happens.
Nothing happens. You got to get off the couch. You got to get off the couch and make some things happen.
Awesome. I thank you so much. It really has been a great evening, a great information that you have given us, so much to think about. And so as we come to an end, I want to ask you, how can our audience take part of what you do, and how can, do you have a website or contact information?
Absolutely. Since I have this opportunity to talk about me and what I do, I got to show them my shirt, my beautiful minds.
Go ahead and say what your shirt said, Sue.
It says Beautiful Minds Stage Play. And that's my new stage play that we have coming out. And if you guys go to my website, you'll be able to take advantage of the free things that we offer. And that website is sueham.com. That's SUEHAM.com. And you'll also be able to connect to my YouTube channel, where we have so many different videos, comedy videos, motivational videos, and business videos that give a lot of great tips, like, you know, the one about fastpencil.com, the one about payhip.com, Spreaker.com, where you can do your podcast and all that stuff. So just head over to suham.com and you can find out more information on how to do the things you desire with regards to penning a book, speaking, getting motivated, and so much more.
Awesome. We thank you so much, audience. Listen, I want you to come back next time and bring a friend because this is a community for you. And we are thanking you, Sue, for really taking the time today and be our guest.
My
And I
pleasure.
cannot wait to bring you back next time. Before we
Thank you so
close,
much.
I want to tell everybody to go over, if you haven't already become a member of WCA, Women's Coaching Association, I encourage you to really take part of this community. It's a community that women come together, women professional coaches come together to support each other, collaborate, connect, and partner with each other in a non-competitive way. You can head on over to womenscoachingassociation.com. It's women's with an S, womenscoachingassociation.com, and click on membership info. You'll find all the information and benefits to be a member and sign up to be a member today. Sue, I just want to thank you one more time and I can't wait to bring you back. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And thank you to your audience. I appreciate you guys and your time.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.